Greetings and welcome to my new calculus channel. My name is John Gabriel, and today I'm going to be talking about the arithmetic mean, and I'm going to introduce a new term for it and explain to you why arithmetic mean is really just a flawed term in almost every respect. So this is as a follow-up to my previous video on the importance of appropriate terminology. So let's continue. Now, the arithmetic mean, simply defined, says to us that, let's just move this out of the way, says to us that a level term is one that results when a group of values is redistributed in such a way that every value is the same. Okay, so for example, if you have three piles, as you see over here, a pile of 1 block, 2 blocks, and 3 blocks. If you want to make them all level, you'll take the red block off this pile of 3 and place it on this pile of 1. So now they're all level, okay, and equal. They all have 2 blocks each. And that, my friends, is really what an arithmetic mean is all about. Okay, now, it has nothing to do with the middle of anything. Okay, we can know beforehand whether or not there is any worth in calculating an arithmetic mean. How can we know? Well, simply this. We can ask ourselves, does redistributing the values make sense? And if it does, then yes, it makes sense to calculate an arithmetic mean. And if not, then it does not make sense, right? Okay, so most people know how to construct an arithmetic mean, but never really actually understand it. So, for example, if we look at this critique about me by Dennis Miller on his ridiculous site called Logical Fallacies, he says, this is just a short video on the arithmetic mean, i.e. the average. This isn't as cranky as his other stuff, but it already gives a fascinating glimpse into the way Gabriel thinks. And so he says, right, the average of a bunch of numbers is really hard to grasp. I remember struggling with it in elementary school as well. And he just goes on sarcastically saying that he knows how to construct an arithmetic mean. And he says, we've all done that. We just add up the grades of the students in an exam and we divide the results by how many students. And that's an example of when we shouldn't calculate an arithmetic mean. Because guess what? Students do not share their grades. So you can't redistribute their grades to find a level grade. Do you understand that? A level grade tells you nothing about the performance of your students. For example, take 10 students in a class. 7 of them get 30 out of 100. 1 of them gets 90, and 2 of them gets 100 each. The level term would be 50, which would imply that most of the class passed, right? And that's absolutely false, because 7 of them are under the level term of 50. 7 of them scored 30. So this guy's a moron, and I'm not going to waste time on him. So let's just ignore him for the time being and go back to the presentation. So arithmetic mean is inappropriate terminology, and level term is a better name for the concept. Now, I just showed you an example of what it means to calculate a level term, all right? And the arithmetic mean is a reason, or the level term rather, not arithmetic mean, the level term is a reason calculus works. You know, when you find the area under a curve, or you calculate the volume of a rotating surface around the x-axis, etc., that's possible because of the mean value theorem. And guess what? The mean value theorem is about an arithmetic mean. And I've produced many videos on it, so I'm not going to spend time on it. Now, number 6, it's wrong to call the highest frequency in a statistical distribution, such as the normal distribution, a mean, because all it tells one is what the range of random variables would be if they were all made to be equal. It's absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? If you're adding an infinite number of negative values and their reflections on the positive side, that's obviously going to be 0, isn't it? So a better word is median, because that is where the highest frequency is located. Now, a definition according to Webster is for the arithmetic mean is that a value is computed by dividing the sum of a set of terms by the number of terms. But this fails to explain what is a level term. It only tells one how to construct or find a level term, like this idiot, Dennis Muller. Okay? Now, in Greek, an arithmetic term is called arithmetikos mesos oros. And this is also a misleading expression because the level term has nothing to do with the middle of anything. How about in German? Arithmetisches Mittel. Okay, that's also misleading for the same reason, because Mittel means middle in German. And the level term has nothing to do with the middle of anything. Excuse me. Now in French, moyenne arithmétique means, well, moyenne means average, which tells one nothing about what the level term actually means. Now, in Dutch, it's called rekenkundig gemiddelde. So it suffers from the same problem as the French word, because gemiddelde means middle. Okay? Let's go for Italian. Significato aritmetico. Significato aritmetico. Now, significato in Italian means significant, or important, or meaning. So the expression, once again, tells us nothing about the actual mean. It just says an important arithmetical thing, right? In Spanish and Portuguese, we have a variation of the previous ones. For example, Spanish is similar to Italian, and Portuguese similar to French, because they use the word average or median. Now, in Russian, it's shredny arithmetik. I can't even pronounce that properly, but because I don't know Russian. But shredny means average, which again tells one's nothing. Let's try another Slavic language, Polish. And again, shrednia arithmetyczna, which suffers from the same problem as Russian. Okay. Now there is one language, thankfully, that actually defines the level term beautifully. And I never would have known this unless I had not taught in China for 3 years. Now, the idea of this word is encapsulated in something that you see in China. If you look at this photograph here, the statement of the mean value theorem is written over the bridge, the identity of the mean value theorem, which kind of surprised me, because, I mean, you'd never find this in any other nation. And it just goes to show you how constructive these Chinese are, and how they learn constructively, and how they're able to find appropriate words for the meaning of things. And in Chinese, the word is Ping Jun, Ping Jun. It means flat and equal, okay? Ping Jun, okay, Ping Jun. Okay, so my Chinese is not really as good as it should be, but I do speak basic Chinese. Now, I find the tones very difficult. So, throughout this presentation, I've shown you that the best expression for arithmetic mean is level term, and that's the one we should use, because it tells us exactly what it means when we take a whole group or collection of numbers and we add them up and we divide by the total. It tells us exactly what we're doing. And now the level term is the second most important concept in mathematics. So, second only to the first, which is number. And you'll find that nowhere on the internet are these things explained the way I'm explaining them to you. And language and terminology and words are important. Even more important than symbols, because symbols cannot be understood without a string of words explaining what the symbol means. So, my name is John Gabriel, and this is a new calculus channel. If you're not already a subscriber, please become one and visit my Odyssey site, to which I'll place a link, and donate some dollars or credits, whichever you prefer. I could use the money or the credits. Obviously, I prefer dollars, but it's up to you. then I'll place a link to another up-and-coming math site, which is going to be around long after I'm gone. And I encourage you to visit that site and to become a subscriber also to that site. So all these things will be in the detail section of my video. Till next time, goodbye.